Hey guys, this is Luke Heights from livehappyandsuccessful.com, and today I wanted to do a review on Ari Rothland's new ebooks called the GPS method, or the Gateway Profits System. You have three files: the Get Them Drooling, the Architect, and the Watchtower. And when Ari contacted me to do the review, I told him I'd be more than happy to, considering I really liked the last report that he pushed out, that I did a review for him on. And there's Ari and his guitar. Haven't met the guy, but once he gets some time, I hope that he comes down to Houston to visit, and we can trade war stories. So the first one is called Get Them Drooling. And what Ari does essentially is goes into the marketing part of the internet marketing approach. And one of the things that he does early on is explains how you want to separate yourself from the other players that are out there. And a lot of guys will do the same thing. They'll try to explain this in different ways, and so Ari gives his take on how to do that. And this report is roughly 36 pages long. Usually his reports are pretty easy to read, and this one was again easy to read as well. And he goes in and gives you some really good examples on how you're going to be able to separate yourself from the other players in this first report. And at the end of the report, what he does is he leads into the next report, which is really awesome. So he does go into module 2, the Architect. And in this report, he talks about what he calls the ultimate leverage, and he does that with two reports. One he calls the cliffhanger report, and the other one he calls the low barrier products report. And essentially he's going to teach you how to leverage those two reports to build your list and essentially make sales. And he tells you to use the PRL, or the private label reports, or to write it yourself. He also gives you lots of different places where you can find those kind of reports, or a place where you can have people write them for you, including creating ebooks, creating videos, record audios, mind map solutions. One of the things I like about this report is that he gives you a lot of resources to get each piece done. That's one of the big pieces of the second report here. Now, he does a really good job of explaining the pieces, how to put them together, and then how they do fit together in the sales funnel process. Now, again, on this one, on the wrap up, it leads into the last report, which is called the Control Tower. So I'm going to open that one up as well. So in this report, he explains how you submit the cliffhanger report, which you do in the earlier ebook, to different sites to help build that traffic. And in this report, he actually takes screenshots of one of the places where you'd submit the report, and he walks you through each step of getting that cliffhanger report submitted, which is really nice to see those screenshots in there. Now, one of the neat things that he does have in this report is what he calls a 3x viral matrix. And one of the sites that he gives as an example here where you're going to submit to is Scribed. Now, I've been on this site, I've seen this site, and it's a really good resource. And I'm not going to give all the other resources away that he has in here, but he does have quite a few resources where you're going to submit that cliffhanger, which will drive traffic to your site. Really good stuff in here, and really good recommended reading if you're learning, if you want to progress and want to get some really good resources. Thank Ari for sharing his process, his ebooks, and hope you guys go out and buy his material. Again, this is Luke from livehappyandsuccessful.com.